I just got paid. $100 bills, tell them keep the change. Come on. Pop a bottle, about to make it rain. Let me give you something now to celebrate. Come on.
Well, hello one and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass, and welcome to Geneva. Now, some of you might have worked it out, but quite unbelievably, the next few days I'm staying here at the Four Seasons Geneva, one of the most iconic hotels in Europe, if not the world. Now, to be completely upfront and honest, the Four Seasons have put me up for free whilst I'm here, which is the most incredible part of it, because if you've ever looked into staying at the Four Seasons, you will know that it's definitely not the cheapest hotel.
And then turn right again.
Oh my god, the valet have put in my destination for this morning into my sat-nav. That is... I literally asked for the car this morning. They said, where are you headed? And I said, oh, Carugati. And they went, okay. I didn't realise that meant that they were going to put it into my navigation system. But yes, lots more to come on the Four Seasons. The guys are absolutely incredible. But right now, we're going to keep it car related in terms of the content, because, as I mentioned, I'm headed to Carugati, one of the dealerships here, to check out and to drive a car which I wasn't sure I would ever get the opportunity to drive. You've probably guessed it by the title of this video, but for now I'll keep it a little bit secretive and elusive. Head to Carugati and tell you more once I get there.
I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good.
Now I know that hardly any of you are going to have sympathy for me, but I'm probably in need of some time off. Paris at the weekend for the Formula E was intense, and it really took it out of me, and I'm feeling it this morning. But it doesn't matter. I've got coffee. I've got Carugati coffee, because yes, I have now arrived at really one of the best supercar, exotic car, classic car dealerships in Geneva, and I'm in need of this coffee because I need to be awake and alert today, because yes, I'm going to be experiencing, wait for it, an F12 TDF. I did mention when I was in the Pista Spider that Ferrari content was coming back strong to drive the world, and I think this is now the third Ferrari video on the trot, which I'm not going to complain about, and I'm especially not going to complain about because I seem to be only spending time around limited rare Ferraris. The LaFerrari in Marbella, the Pista Spider in Italy, and now an F12 TDF in Geneva. Yeah, time to wake up, Sam, come on, get with it. I'll admit I was slightly confused there, because you may have noticed Carugati have two TDFs. I thought we were going out in the yellow one, we're now in a red one. It's just one of those days. But anyway, welcome, Mark the driver, who is going to be driving us to a cool location, right? Yeah. Where we can take some photos and film this car, and I will be getting behind the wheel at some point. So anyway, right, yes, do the magic. And I'll see you when we get to our location. So here we go then, the Ferrari F12 TDF. I have been waiting to experience one of these cars for such a long time. Any viewers of UK YouTubers will know that fellow car YouTuber Mr. JWW actually owns one of these cars in a pretty similar spec to the one we're looking at right now. However, because he hadn't driven it much by the time I left for Drive the World, I didn't have a chance to go and see him and meet him and experience his car. So that would have been the sort of most obvious time for me to get in a TDF, but it didn't quite happen. I think he's now using the car a little bit more, so maybe I can convince him to bring it out to meet me on Drive the World somewhere. But anyway, here we go, who cares? This is my first time to get up close and personal with one of these beasts. If you don't know anything about the TDF, a quick recap. Oh, there's a big tractor coming. go then. Let's try this again without tractors. You can see I am now behind the wheel of the TDF. My heart is racing slightly, but in a hopefully a controllable and manageable way. This is not a car that you can step into lightly. It's a pretty serious bit of kit. I'm going to do up the harness. As I was going to say before the tractor really interrupted us, just to recap quickly, this is the sort of hardcore variant of the Ferrari F12. So if you know your modern Ferraris, the 812 was preceded by the F12, and this was the limited edition hardcore version. I think 799 units, 770 horsepower to the rear wheels from a naturally aspirated V12. Now, engine start is there, sport. I'm not going to be pussy enough to go into wet. That happened in the LaFerrari. I think we can manage sport, I hope. But listen to that noise. Now, the big thing with this car is that it was famously twitchy. Now, a few reasons for that. Firstly, as I mentioned, we've got 770 horsepower going to the rear wheels. I'm going to put the windows up to begin with. They are going to go down at some point because the noise is a big part of this car. But another reason it's been described as twitchy is the rear wheel steer. It was one of the first cars that Ferrari introduced rear wheel steer to, and a lot of the sort of journalistic complaints, I haven't heard it so much from owners, but journalists complain that the rear kind of wanted to turn quicker than the front. So when you were really pushing on, there we go, there's my, okay, we're going straight over, follow the tractor basically. Yeah, perfect. It's going to be a day themed around tractors. But yes, when you were really pushing on and you turned into a corner, the sort of rear wanted to come around faster than the front end, and it just made it feel sort of absolutely manic. But who cares? Because I think it's personally one of the best looking modern, well, at least modern V12 Ferraris or front engine GT Ferraris. I just like all the curves and the angles, and I know it's not to everyone's taste, but it is to mine. And the sound, as I mentioned, the sound is so intoxicating at really any speed. I mean, we're cruising around now, and yeah, we literally are going to be following tractors, and it just sounds great and very similar to the Pista that I drove literally a few days ago. It immediately feels special sitting inside it, standing around it. It has a sense of occasion that sometimes the very modern Ferraris, the standard cars, 812s, Lusos, 488s, maybe don't have anymore. It's a controversial statement from me, Mr. Ferrari, but they've all just softened off just a tad. And so cars like this, TDF, Pista, Speciale, etc., give me the sense of occasion that I thrive for. But anyway, let's skip ahead a little bit, because obviously me driving a TDF behind a JCB all day isn't going to be the most exhilarating video, so we'll catch up again once the road clears. Okay, very initial words on this car, considering that I've driven it really not above 5,000 RPM. It just wants to go. Like, it feels really sort of taut, and you touch the throttle pedal with 1 millimeter's pressure and it's there, it's ready to rock and roll. And the turning, I mean, Ferrari turning is sort of famously direct and pointy, but this is just which means that it's quite sort of, yeah, you feel on edge even cruising. It's not the sort of most laid back GT car, but I guess that's not what you would want from an F12 TDF. But all it really makes me want is to be up on a huge alpine pass somewhere, really thrashing it. Yeah, it's quick. And that's quick because I'm using about 20% throttle. Yeah. That's why that's quick. halfway around that corner at the apex, it suddenly started pulling me in again.
And it's scary.
Yeah. It's not the greatest feeling, I will admit. You're like, oh, what's happening here? And that was, I mean, I was nowhere near any limit of anything.
Nah.
So if you're pushing on and that happens, you must be like, oh!
No, but don't forget that when you get in such turns, you will not do just one move. You will go 1, 2, 3 in. So it follows a certain logic, if I can say so.
Sure. Sound like a Ferrari pressman now, yeah.
No, but I understand a bit the car, you know.
Do you mind if I switch to race?
You can just be a bit lighter on the gas because it will be a bit more aggressive. Straight on. But be careful because there's a crossroad.
It really thumps the gears, though, isn't it?
You can feel when the gear gets in how it kicks you, you know.
It really kicks. Yeah, I have to say, it's kind of a different animal again in race. It's taken on a bit of a more, I mean, I thought it was aggressive and ready to go in sport, but... Yeah. That's super nice though, to have that kick from the gearbox is super nice. The fly literally just went in my mouth. That actually happened. It's a bit windy out here in the vineyards outside Geneva, but oh my god. Now I know lots of you will be thinking, okay Sam, you really haven't pushed that car very hard, but come on, give me a break. It is a test drive experience from the legends at Carugati, because I mean, yeah, I wasn't going to literally just jump in that and thrash it straight away. I'm not Michael Schumacher, even though some of you say I bear a resemblance. But my immediate impressions are the same as my impressions 20 minutes later. This car is the angriest Ferrari I've ever been near. Now I'm going to swear, so kids, cover your ears. But it's like the car is constantly going, hey, f you, drive quicker. It's like it hates you when you're not thrashing it. It's such a bizarre experience, and the characteristics between sport mode and race mode, when you flick it into race on the Manettino, everything just gets even more like Italians after, well, I was going to say winning the World Cup at football, but I think it's more like losing in the 93rd minute. Look at me and my football references. But it's kind of what I hoped it would be, and whilst I've driven it at 10-15% of its abilities, it's still given me a hint or a clue as to how special it must be once you get used to it, once you understand how to drive it. Anyway, we're parked up here now because I want to get some shots of the car from the outside. You may have already seen some, but this is me about to film them. So we're going to head down this road and apparently to a nice little picturesque village, get some more shots before headed back to HQ.
I'm spending money like I just got paid. $100 bills, tell them keep the change. Come on. And pop a bottle, about to make it rain. Let me give you something now to celebrate. Come on. And if you're wondering why I move the way I do, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, 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 I just feel so good.
Still windy, but I am back at Carugati with the TDF. Got my bag, got all my cameras. What an incredible morning. It's only 11:30. But yes, didn't actually need that espresso. The drive was enough of an experience. I have to give a huge thanks to these guys for letting me have this opportunity. I really feel like I'm going to get blown away on this very noisy road. So look, give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today's video, and make sure to subscribe for plenty more videos to come.
I'm spending money like I just got paid. $100 bills, tell them keep the change. Come on. And pop a bottle, about to make it rain. Let me give you something now to celebrate. Come on. Bye.